Hi, everyone, and welcome back to What's Going On Seaville. I've got John M. to my right, and I've got the co-owners of Agnes Very, Very Bacon Bagels. Woo! Our favorite part of the night.
Yep.
Janet Dobb, Cynthia Viejo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Oh, it's our pleasure since you're going to be feeding us, too. You're very welcome guests. Now, we have to start with this amazing product, your bagels. You were inspired by your grandmother?
Correct.
Did you carry a torch? Did you carry on the torch? Tell us a little bit about that.
My grandmother always baked bread for our entire family, and when I was 5 years old, I often had the honor of every Saturday going to help Grandma turn the dough bowl, and she would help me shape a loaf, and so it was all very part of our growing up, where I got to participate in the bread baking that happened every Saturday.
And the eating?
For the entire family, of course, because there's nothing better than a nice loaf of Grandma's white bread with a nice slather of butter and a little sprinkle of cinnamon sugar.
Sounds good.
My favorite thing.
Sounds very good.
Looks like it may be time to turn them.
If you need to bake or turn or do whatever, feel free. Go right ahead. So did you go to school to learn how to do that, or did you learn everything you needed to know from Grandma?
I learned everything I needed to know from Grandma, which was all the spirit of how you combine the science and the art of making breads with yeast. And then when I wanted to make bagels in my later years, I did have to, in the 80s, learn how to make a bagel. I had never made a bagel before.
Wow.
So I just studied. I'm typically a person who likes to investigate things and learn how to do things.
So science and bakery.
Correct.
Is that the right way to put that?
Sure.
I love it. I love it.
So before we get into your actual product, like how did you start your company? How did you guys begin this?
Oh.
I'm going to be a nudge. Turn the bagels, please.
See, they make very good partners.
Okay, nudge.
She's the heavy.
It's just that the oven is baking
But look how pretty they
a
are.
little unevenly, but they're gorgeous. They're done.
I
We're
wish
just
you
going
could
to turn
scratch
them
and
off.
sniff.
Scratch and sniff.
Smell-o-vision,
That's
as our friend likes to say.
Spiced carrot and cranberry.
That's a new flavor for us.
Without
It's like a carrot cake without the sugar.
I'm just going to get them a little crispier on the bottom, since it's a different oven for us.
Well, now let's stick with that. You said without the sugar. So on the baking management website, they say about you authentic bagels with 60% fewer sugars and 0 wheat starch glucose. Bacon bagels are taking off as a convenient, healthful, and artisanal option. So how did you figure that out?
Well, initially, for convenience, I wanted a new way to make a bagel so that I could bake them fresh in about 15 minutes without having to proof the dough and mix the dough and all of that. So I had experimented with bagel making such that I could stop the process in a particular place, still get the same quality, and then turn the oven on, bake them fresh in 10-15 minutes. What resulted in that was that the process that I had created to do that convenient thing was something that no one in the 320 years of bagel making had ever done before.
Wow.
So I filed for a patent. And in the process of filing for a patent, I soon discovered that I was really changing the nature of the wheat starch and creating a very healthy product where the wheat starch glucose has changed to resistant starch and will not raise your blood sugar. So by default of creating something that was convenient, I created something that was healthy. Typically when you eat breads, it raises your blood sugar, and then about an hour or two later, you crash and you feel lethargic and you can't focus and you maybe want to take a nap. But with our process of cooking them completely in the boiling water, we change that sugar strand of glucose molecules, and they no longer will spike your blood sugar.
And that was a happy accident?
Yes, a
so
very
that you could get more
accident.
sleep?
Yes.
Isn't that funny?
Very true. She's not a morning person.
No, not a morning person. What do they say? Necessity is the mother of all invention.
Invention,
There you have it.
That is fantastic. So back to how John's question about how the company got started, or how you.
Well, the organic facility that we created was 2002. And we have a manufacturing facility, over 5,000 square foot manufacturing facility over in the valley, an exit north of Stanton, in the town of Verona.
Okay.
And it's been a wonderful facility. We've been there for, 8 years now. And our patent was issued in 2005. And our product has been incredibly well received in the marketplace. I don't know how many people in various General Mills or anybody that manufactures a product gets the kinds of emails and phone calls that we get as manufacturers of these bagels. We have people emailing us and calling us all the time.
What, consumers, wholesalers? What, just
consumers telling us that their wife's life has been changed.
Wow.
Because they found our product. They can eat bread again. Like if they're diabetic or have issues with blood sugar, what have you. We had somebody recently, which is kind of a sweet story if you have a moment.
Oh, yeah.
There's this woman who discovered the product up in DC. She lives in the heart of DC and shops in the Tenley store in Whole Foods. And she's discovered the bagels and absolutely loves them. And she called Janet in tears one day, the manufacturer of these bagels, because there weren't many on the shelf. And she was concerned because her whole life had been that she zeroes in on a product, falls in love, and then the store discontinues them. And Janet had to talk her down off the ladder and tell her it was okay. They just got a shipment in, go back.
Oh my
God. Now this woman, I think is the sweetest story. This woman bakes a bagel every day for her little boy that she picks up from preschool, and she has a hot bagel in her pocket when she goes to pick him up. Is that just the sweetest?
That's going to be the best childhood memory that he
Isn't that
will
just
ever
the
have.
sweetest? And she loves exotic. He must have a very sophisticated palate because he loves Tuscan urban tomato. He loves good old roasted garlic. So
So does it have to stop at bagels?
No.
Are you
Emphatically.
branching out?
Yes. Well, at the moment, we do not have the funding or the capacity to branch out, but we've experimented and dabbled with several products that can be made using the same process to create products that will not spike your blood sugar. Hamburger
it doesn't
rolls,
matter the shape.
Right.
Shape
Hamburger
can be
rolls,
anything,
hot
right.
dog rolls, dinner rolls, breadsticks,